everyone, and today's video will be more interesting for people who are in scientific communities, who write articles. Maybe you are studying PhD or you're going to. Anyway, this video is about a new experience that I just received this week, and I didn't really like it. Of course, if you're working on scientific articles and publishing your works and journals, you maybe had such experience, and maybe you know even more tips on how not to get in such problems. But for me, it was something new. Currently, I am an independent researcher, and I am in between jobs. I'm looking for one, but unfortunately, I can't find anything for the past year, so I am just looking for one. And a journal, a very good, respectful, with high rating journal, contacted me, and they offered to publish an article, or an opportunity to publish an article in their journal, in their special issue, for free. I won't really tell you what is the name. I don't want to tell you the name of the journal because I don't think it's needed. I don't want to create drama. I don't think it's necessary for anything. I just want to share my experience. So this journal has very high fees for publication. It was always high, and of course it got higher within the years. So I was flattered. I was thinking that, yeah, such high quality journal decided to contact me and asking for an article. Of course, I thought that it would be a boost for my career, like publishing in something that is like Q2, Q1. It's good for you as a researcher. It's good for your portfolio, especially if you want to connect your life with the future research and work in the universities or research center, anything. You understand that. And the trigger that was actually very important in this case is that I already published with that journal, so I had trust in them. Of course, maybe it wasn't from the first try, maybe they did reject article before, but then with the adjustments they accepted it, so I was happy. But that was in the past. This time, of course, it's a special issue. It is different editorial office, different people are working on it, but it is the same journal, so I assume that some kind of structure within, like there may be some requirements that they follow, and maybe I will demonstrate here the part of the message that I think it is important to note, that I'm not Delulu. I didn't find this fact that they're going to accept, well, in case they're going to accept my article, they will publish it for free. That's what is written in the initial email. And also they were asking to confirm if you're willing to work on it or not. There were many options. There was like, I'm interested, maybe, I don't know, but I definitely said yes, I am going to do that. Today, September 30th, was supposed to be the deadline, and maybe that's why today I'm just like an extra sad and extra emotional about it. I don't know. But anyway, I received this email around middle of August. I send the feedback that, well, fill in that form that they send, that I am willing to participate. I didn't receive any following emails, but I just started working on the article. And of course, when you're working on something, well, at least when I am working on something important, I do it myself. I am not cheating. I am not asking somebody else to write it for me. I am not just using AI and copy pasting everything. I actually put some effort. This effort takes time. So eventually I spent, let's say, a month on working on this article. Of course, the article had some background information that I already used before, like for example my dissertation, but at the same time it was a new research. I had to deep dive into different areas that I didn't do before, so it was very interesting for me. There were days when I was just going around just waiting for the moment when I will start writing it again. Of course, there were days when I couldn't start working, and it's also normal, I guess. But anyway, I received some kind of check-in email, like a reminder from them, uh, reminding me when the deadline is, and just asking for some kind of feedback that if I'm working or not. So I did answer that email saying that I am in the process and the article will be ready within 1 or 2 weeks, which is before the deadline. I received an email from the manager who was originally contacting me from the beginning, and they said that yeah, it's okay, we are waiting. Whenever you send it, please send it to me as well, and if editorial office will agree, it will be published. So like it's a normal process. Okay, whatever, it's a reminder, I'm happy. At some point I got very ill. I don't know what happened, maybe the change of seasons, but I had temperature. I couldn't really focus on anything. Like I was just laying doing nothing because I couldn't focus on like reading or thinking. Like at some point I was like, okay, I need to make the drinking medicine for myself, like a cold drugs or something, to feel a little better. I went there, I literally forgot what I was doing. I made tea, came back to bed, called my mom, and only then I understood that I actually wanted to drink medicine, not the tea. So you see, I didn't even attempt working at that time because I was just not in the right state of my mind. So I decided that it's okay, I will just double down in the following week when I will feel better and I can finish it by the deadline, which I did. I finished my work in like 20th of September, and I was very happy and proud. Of course, I had to adjust it for their format that they were requiring. It's okay as well. I spent some time on that as well, but it's okay when you are talking about a respectful journal with good reputation, good rating, and also their promise to publish an article for free. So I started the submitting process, which is, of course, very important and necessary. Of course, they ask for a cover letter, some additional information. I had to spend time on that as well, but no problem, right? It's a normal process. Whenever I finished with all this um, preparation, with submitting, the filling in the forms, the last page actually was requesting information and like kind of my agreement and my billing information about the payment. And the payment was the full price. One of the options was to put some kind of a code that will give you a discount. I didn't attempt to do anything by myself. I decided to contact the manager who was actually contacting me before. And when I asked her about some kind of guidelines on how correctly to fill in that form, because of course if I fill it in and they will think that I agree to pay this enormous amount of money that I don't have, of course it will be a problem, like because I don't have this amount of money. And as we saw it in the email, they promised to accept it for free. Literally it says like they would waive this amount of money. When her answer was, I am not sure what you're talking about, I can't find that email, can you provide me some information? Which I did. I provided the abstract and like all needed information that she wanted from me, and as well I resent her the email that she sent me a month ago. I don't understand how could you lose one of the two emails that you sent to me, and like you can't um search in your Gmail. Okay, it's not problem. Anything happens, right? It could be deleted accidentally, went to spam, I don't know. So I resent the email as well, and I highlighted that part that says that the money, the price would be waived. I received a very fast answer that says that she contacted the editorial office and they said that they are not able to provide me with a discount. So my other options are be a reviewer and to get a discount, and do some like be affiliated with another university to get a discount. Mind, I have 5 days before the deadline at that point, and of course I don't really have possibility to do any of those. So I also don't really want to do something like that, because even if they give like a 50 or 70% discount, it's still big amount of money that I just don't have. And another point is that they originally offered to do it for free. So at this point, I am a little bit lost and confused, because I was promised to get something for free. I worked for months and a half on that. I got ill in the process, but I was still trying and like keeping up and like trying to do anything like just to finish it in time, just to hear that they are not able to provide me a discount that they originally promised. That was the trigger. That's why I decided to publish. And that's why I decided to work on that article. I could have just like ignore it. Because like why would I spend 1 month and a half of my time when I'm literally like sitting here instead of looking for a job that would pay me if I get it. So like you see the confusion, and when I highlighted this point, she told me that she can't do anything, and that's all. I mean, there was no real reason why they decided not honor that agreement, and they just left. Like, I mean, I didn't get even any kind of apologies. I, for example, there was some major confusion, and they only wanted to invite, I don't know, somebody else, and I accidentally got the email, or they had this before, but they changed the, I don't know, editorial office members or like anybody, like something changed and they don't honor that anymore, and they tried to send me the email, but it never happened. And I think the easiest way was to actually accept my article, and after 2 days tell me that, oh, actually, sorry, no, your article sucks and we don't want it in our journal, so we're not going to publish. And in this way, you honor your agreement in order to like save the face. You honor your agreement of promising me to review my article and consider it for free publication, but at the same time you don't publish it, so you just not accept it, and you don't need like this enormous amount of money that I don't know where to go actually at this point. So you see, I even give them so much room to wiggle out of this situation safe and sound, but at this point I am feeling so betrayed, because instead of doing something actually useful or at least fun for me, like I don't know, play Sims, they just ignore my effort. They don't care about any situation that is happening. They just don't honor this agreement, the prior agreement that was trigger for me to publish the article in their journal. So when next time anybody, it can be different manager, it can be the owner of job, I don't know, it can be anybody, but if they come to me with offer like that, I will not agree, I will not participate, I will not even think about it, because I already had this negative experience. Even though the first experience was good for me personally, like even though the article was rejected, but I worked hard on it and it was accepted eventually, so I was happy about it. But the situation with this article is truly offensive for me. There are many more other good journals with high ratings. There are journals who honor their agreements, even if they offer free stuff, like if they offer to publish something free of charge. I think it is worth to look for something like that than fall in the same hole and go the same wrong path that I did. So that was my experience. This is new. I am truly offended with what happened. I'm so surprised by the fact that nobody cared. The editorial office, even if, like, I don't know, maybe she didn't contact it, and then it makes all sense. But if she did and they are on it, I am truly disappointed. Um, the manager, I have nothing to say. I mean, um, maybe there is some kind of misunderstanding, but nobody was trying to resolve it. I am not going to push forward. I'm not gonna like contact everybody, and but just personally, I'm not going to participate. And if anybody will ask me about that specific journal, I will also tell them to be aware. As maybe more experienced colleagues and people in research field, maybe you know where was my mistake, like should I have create some kind of contract that would prevent them to like just walk away this easily. Maybe my mistake was that I didn't mention in my email the editors themselves, and I just trusted her in this case. Um, didn't even think about that. Maybe that was a mistake. I think so. But at the same time, maybe they would be in the same boat and they would be also backing off on their offer. As you see, I am pretty frustrated. I am in a not really good place emotionally, because all this talk kind of made me remember how much time and effort and how much I was excited about it, how I was telling all my friends and my mom that yes, I'm gonna be published. Or like, of course, it's not for sure, it's not 100% that I will be published there, but they gave me an opportunity to be considered. So I was expecting that even if they will not publish it, but they will give me a good criticism, it would be very useful for my future research, right? But eventually I didn't get any good out of this situation. I just learned that there are not fair people even in the research community, which is sad. So that was the video. Thank you for being here. Maybe you have your own experiences. Maybe you even want to tell me your story. Please do it in the comments. I would read it and I would be aware of any other journals that are also being not fair with the authors. I think one of the interesting moments was my mom told me that maybe they are trying to steal your work. So of course I deleted all information that I uploaded before. I didn't submit it, but it was uploaded on the website, so maybe it's also the case. But I can't believe that people can be that bad. Like they can use something like a promise of a free publication just to steal your thoughts and your honest work. I don't want to think so. I don't want to believe that people can be that bad, but at the same time we're living in 2025 when genocides are happening, so anything can happen. So yeah, please tell me if you had something like this, if you have maybe some tips on how not to get into such traps. I just want to protect myself and protect other people who will watch something like this, and hopefully I will never come back to this channel with the topic like that. See you in the next time. Bye.